Okay.
And unmute Leon. Right.
And can you hear through the?
Can you hear?
So, so this is the innovation challenge is a bit more complex because it's various sectors. So you probably then you need to say something between Wednesday and who's going to do what. If someone needs to give feedback, so they need what they need
Okay, we arrange for everyone to give feedback.
announcement of winners. I think the one is announced because it means then so that we give to the right person. One is then we have the names and then we check for the names. And then we will hand over again to the team. I will give it to myself and then I'll hand over to you. Yeah. So who's then going to do the announcement? Who's going to be decided?
Okay, let me decide so that was the thing in terms of the two judges. But okay, okay. What we can do is one have given all the teams. What we can do is to arrange the certificates. Okay. In order.
Then before they come for the presentation, so then see okay, after processing, this is a problem to solve, to seek to solve, and then give about the presentation, so to introduce them.
To introduce the exact project and what we were looking at.
You can decide. So, will you do that again? Okay.
So how does what
moment that we really now get to shine the spotlight on you to showcase really the work that you've been doing over the week. I'd like to start by just saying a word of acknowledgement to really the organizing committee, which includes the STP team that are working on the ground to put together this activity. Also the marketing team from the Islam and ITZ, who also worked, tirelessly to ensure that not only the people that were on site could have access to the activities that we had over the duration of the week, but also we were on YouTube, and when I see the statistics, on a daily basis, we were getting up to 400, close to 400 people that would come in, at least to see the activities that have been happening, on a daily basis, or once when they realize that there's something that interests them. So that has been great, and we thank our marketing and our digital hub colleagues that have made that happen for us. We also want to thank UNISA has been working with us tirelessly as well from the start, coordinating and organizing some of the activities that are leading us to sitting here today and be in a position to say, here are the winners, here's the good things that has come out of our Eastern Cape youth. I also want to thank, and appreciate our judges that have taken the time. I know that last night we finished very late, and some of them probably missed dinners at home, so we really appreciate that. We don't take it lightly. To our judges, also the judges that have been judging over the course of the week in the Innovation Challenge. We really appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and helping us to shape the future of the Eastern Cape by trying to really bring homegrown industries to the fore, so that we can have, the likes of gold coming out of the Eastern Cape. And being able to point and be proud to say that during our time, this is what we did. So really wanting to appreciate that. I won't say too much because I think the program is in front of us. Really, I'm just here to tell you who's going to be doing what. Mine is very small. The program, as you can see, it's split into two. We're going to have the first part, which really talks to the Innovation Challenge. You will be aware that the Innovation Challenge is one of the projects that we started first leading up to this week. So without wasting more time, I would like to get us to the moment that I'm sure we are all excitedly waiting for. We will be presenting the awards, as I've said, in the two main categories: the Innovation Challenge, where we're showcasing, the longer term projects that will have deep impact for our province, and hopefully globally as well. And then later, we will have the Hackathon Challenge, a presentation of winners, and we'll start with the Innovation Challenge. So I'd like to then call upon two of the judges from the Innovation Challenge program to come forward. They will then be taking us through, or rather giving us feedback in terms of their experiences, starting from the initial time when we started the project really up until today. They will also then be announcing the winners, and we'll get to then hear the solutions that have won in the various categories, which you will be told about. And then later on, we'll then take a group photo. Without further ado, I'd then like to call upon Sector Manager for Automotive and Manufacturing, Mrs. Zipozake Miti, to come forward, as well as Mr. Lwandile Mbatani, who is representing the Cortex Hub, but really running the business Zen and Kane Global Consulting, to come forward so that they can take us through the hackathon challenge and what has been happening. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Ludwig, for that warm welcome. And a good day to all the participants, the various stakeholders. And I take also this time to acknowledge those that have sponsored, have played a role in sponsoring. Look, for me, okay, let me just give this disclaimer first. The beautiful lady accompanying me will be taking on the winners' announcements. My part is just to share the experience of adjudication. On a personal note, I must say I was incredibly amazed. I was amazed. The innovations that came through you and many others. I believe there was, I think, about 130 applications, Mr. Ntunga, if I remember. 170. 170. 170 applications that came through. And all of those applications, in all fairness and reality, they all stood a chance. They all stood a chance. And this is one thing that I felt impressed while adjudicating, that look, if you don't walk away with a prize today, don't make this be the marker of the start of the ending of your innovation. Do not. Each and every application was incredible. It was incredible. What you do from this point onwards, you keep walking. Just keep walking. It will only be a matter of time. And I'm not saying this to just make you feel better. I am saying the divine truth. Your applications were incredible, each and every one of you. But at the end of the day, at this particular point, the main focus was innovation. It was innovation. And so marks were then, things boiled down specifically to that. Because at a certain point, the scoring became really close. And we needed to actually narrow it down to what the innovation challenge is really about, which is, at the end of the day, innovation. And so on my side, on behalf of the adjudicators, we thank you all for the hard work that you put in. Again, I re-emphasize, the applications were incredible. They were incredible. We then went, I came in, as I took over from Cortex, as they invited me in, I came in when the workshops were running. And my particular part was to focus on communication. And then it was wonderful to see how quickly people even began to apply the things that they were learning. And I would even get comments from Obasanda, and forgetting the other gentleman that was part of the workshop, but he's not here. Look, we have seen improvement as people have participated in the workshop, which deserves a round of applause for the IDZ for considering that, instead of just saying, here's the challenge, come and pitch. The IDZ took a step further and offered bootcamp. And I must say, immediately when we were adjudicating, a person who went to the bootcamp and the person who didn't, there was a major difference. There was a major difference in how they pitched. And so once again, thank you so much. To round of applause for the IDZ for putting together the workshop. With that being said, we will now head over to the announcements, which I'll give to my wonderful colleague right next to me, Sisipo.
Thank you, Landile. Good morning. Is it still morning? Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Zipho Zakemiti, and I have the exciting job of announcing our winners for today. So this is going to be our flow. We've got various categories in here. So these categories are specific sectors that we've interacted with. So we're going to start with the first sector. We're going to call those winners. They're going to come up front. We're going to clap for them. We're going to be so happy for them. And then they will sit down, and then we'll call the next category. Okay? But before we do that, I would like to call our Chief Operations Officer, Mrs. Ayanda Hamwana, as well as our Program Director for the day, Ms. Ludwe Matangwane, to come and present the awards for us. Okay. As well as our third presenter would be Basanda from UNISA. Thank you so much. Our first category is the automotive sector. Now, this sector is very close to my heart, so I'm very excited to present this one. So, in second place, my colleague Randy is going to unveil. In second place, we have Abonga Damnani. Well done, sir, well done. And now, in first place, this is a big one, and this is the winner. The winner for the Eastern Cape Innovation Challenge 2025 automotive sector is Chris Abraham. Well done, Chris. Another round of applause to our winner. Moving on to our next sector, and this is the agriculture sector. In second place, we have Mzomhle Mapatwana. Allow me to ask for applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner. Second place for the Eastern Cape Innovation Challenge, specifically for the agriculture sector, goes to Murena Kashan. Another round of applause for Megan. And now, the winner for the Eastern Cape Innovation Challenge 2025 agricultural sector is Yamkela Manana. A round of applause for Yamkela Manana. Congratulations, sir. Our third category is renewable energy. And in third place, we have Kanya Makunga. Well done, Kanya. In second place, we have Aphiwe Mazwi. Well done, Aphiwe. And in first place, drum roll please. The winner for the Eastern Cape Innovation Challenge 2025 Renewable Energy category is Pikolomzi Kaba. I will accept the award in absentia. So we'll keep the award for him. He's joining online. Okay, he's joining online. A round of applause for Piccolo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to our ICT and electronics category. In third place, we have Uzukhanye Kulubana. Well done, Uzukhanye. In second place, we have Lerato Tembela.
You keep forgetting. The winner is my God.
Well done. And in first place, drum roll please. The winner for the for the Eastern Cape Innovation Challenge 2025 ICT and Electronics Challenge is Bulelani Sizali. Bulelani will be joining us online. Congratulations, Bulelani. We had another category out of the categories or focus areas that we were interacting with, and that one is the manufacturing sector. We did have projects that were presented or innovations that were presented. However, the submissions in that specific category did not meet the threshold, and so that's why we are not announcing any of them during this time. But I would like to congratulate those who participated in the manufacturing sector category. I think their innovations were very thought-provoking, creative, and I think they demonstrated a very in-depth understanding of the needs of South Africa and how innovation can meet industrialization in South Africa. Thank you so much, colleagues, and thank you to our presenters. Ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see from the program, we know the winners. And what we will do now, we are going to ask all our winners to present their solutions to us so that we get to understand the reason why they actually won this challenge. So we're going to follow the same categories that we followed. We are going to start with our automotive sector, and we're going to start with the gentleman that was in second place to come up and demonstrate to us and share with us their innovation. What is it they are seeking to address? Because innovation is all about addressing a specific issue and filling in a gap in the industry. So I would like to then call upon, just a second. We're going to start with agriculture. I would like to call upon Uzomhle Patwana, who got the third place offering today, to come and share with us their innovation, what it is about, and what it is that they are trying to address. So over to you, Zomhle. Please come and present your solution to us.
Good morning. My name is Mzomhle Mapatwana from Mifano Yamvia Investments. What we are trying to do is to provide agri-precision tools to rural farmers, not excluding the commercial farmers. And what this we want to achieve through the use of drone technology, AI equipped, so that they can make better decisions for their operations and management of their farming operations. Currently, there are about 34 spraying operators in the whole of South Africa, and there are about 14 visual imaging operators in South Africa in a market that is estimated to be close to 1 billion. So that is the first gap that we identified. The second gap is that the farmers are still using the old methods in terms of applying your fertilizers, your insecticides and herbicides, eroding their profitability. So what we are offering, or what is the product offering that we offer in the market, We are working with TIA. Yesterday, I was awarded the TIA for the platform. What we're doing, the platform, we're trying to create a platform that will reduce the cost of accessing the technology. This would achieve through, more of a subscription model for rural farmers. And also the second part is that we are developing it in an innovative way where a single pilot can be able to operate 5 drones, thereby giving a benefit to the farmer in terms of time efficiency and also in terms of cost efficiency. So that is what we're trying to do. What is unique about our product is that there is no current operator that has got the kind of a platform that we're building, and also that we're already having we have some traction in the market. We have a couple of contracts that we're doing both with the government and farmers to demonstrate what we're trying to achieve. Each and every year we host a drone expo in partnership with the Department of Tourism. As I've alluded earlier, the platform we're being, I think, around about 50% developing it with TIA. We're working with various partners, working with another team at college, trying to incorporate the drone curriculum into their curriculum. So what we're trying to do is to build an ecosystem where drone usage can be affordable for all. I thank you.
Farming meets artificial intelligence. Thank you so much, sir. The next presenter that is going to come and share their innovation with us is Yamela Manana. Can we please give him a round of applause? Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So we identified that in the Eastern Cape there's high levels of crime and violence, and these significantly increase the trauma burden on hospitals. But the hospitals in the Eastern Cape, as you know, are severely under-resourced, and many of them do not have access to advanced wound care biomaterials, and they still use gauze and bandages. And these wound dressings do not actively stop bleeding or support rapid healing. So our solution was collagen sponges that people can use for wound dressings. Collagen sponges induce rapid blood clotting when someone has been injured. They also promote tissue regeneration, and they have antimicrobial properties that reduce the risk of infections. So our competitors were international producers of collagen sponges. They aren't any in South Africa. But our advantage was that we were using fish waste, like fish skin, fish scales and bones, to isolate the collagen that we make the sponges from. So now, when people were going to be using, like hospitals will be using these sponges, the sponges will reduce the nursing times. They'll also reduce the recovery period for the patients. Also, manufacturing them locally then decreases the cost for the hospitals and increases accessibility for them. And also, manufacturing the sponges locally in South Africa will create jobs in like lab operations, quality assurance, and what's the other thing? Logistics. Yes. So that's the overall of our pitch, the organization.
Thank you so much, Yamgela. This is cutting edge, not only for the agricultural sector, but also for the health sector as well. Thank you so much for that. We are going to call upon our ICT cohort. And the first one who's going to present to us will be Uzukhanye Tulubane. Please come upstairs.
Well, I could have been saying good morning, but I'm not quite certain if everyone here is having a good morning. Let me rather say that I'm glad that you woke up, you dressed up, and you showed up. Well, my name is Uzukhanye Tulubane. I'm originally from Queenstown, and we had, however, identified a problem in the South African Tibet college space. We had identified that South African Tibet college students, they struggle, they go through the daunting process of looking for placement for their mandatory in-service training to secure their national diplomas. And however, on the other side, businesses that are unaware of the work integrated learning, and however, those that are aware of work integrated learning, they do not have the infrastructure or the physical capacity to host this work integrated learning. And with that problem, it subjects the students to qualifications that are irrelevant. And however, they have a mismatch of skills and they contribute to a low skill equilibrium of South Africa. And however, this mismatch of skills, it contributes to a larger problem that South Africa is having, that is very urgent, which is unemployability and unemployment, and also job creation within the young people of South Africa. And this isn't just a small gap, but it's one of the biggest gaps in South African youth economy. It is the gap between education and employment, and this is urgent. And however, as in the Akana Institute, the company that I'm representing, we've come up with a solution that is breaking the physical barriers that the business have, which we have, however, developed a software which is a digital ecosystem which simulates a physical office. This system, it has digital offices. It also have digital meeting rooms. It also has kitchens and lounges, which is breaking the physical barriers which businesses struggle with in order to be placing their students. And however, this isn't just a solution to the problem. This is social reform powered by technology. And however, the impact that this will have is many students of South Africa, especially in the Tibet space, which most of them are being overlooked, they'll have the opportunity to be working in these companies and not only be restricted by the physical capacity. And this will contribute to the larger problem of employment in this country of South Africa. And however, the Akana Institute has sustainable revenue systems that we put in place, which are first starting from the on-site placement, on which we'll be addressing businesses, approaching businesses to be placing the students, and also in one ecosystem. And this is an urgent problem in South Africa. And however, we have come up with this solution, and this solution will be providing economic freedom. And this solution will be contributing to the corporate liberation of South Africa. And I urge in each and every stakeholder that is here, including the East London IGZ, to recognize the urgency of this matter, because even DHET has phased out the native curriculum. So I am urging each and every stakeholder that is sitting here to realize and however to take action towards this. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for listening to me and giving me the opportunity to speak. And this is an idea that I'm willing to stand up and to live for, because there are men that has died for it before, like Kalushi Mashangu, who had said that his blood will nourish the tree that's going to bear the fruits of freedom. Tell my people that I love them. They must continue the fight. I raise my case.
Thank you, Uzukhanye, for that very passionate presentation of your project. I think you're touching on a very core issue that is being faced in South Africa around skills development, the quality of skills that we have, and accessibility of these skills into the job market. And also, most importantly, the issue around the skills mismatch. And I like what you just presented. Thank you so much. And another round of applause. So we're gonna call upon our second place candidate in the ICT electronics, Lerato Tembela, to come and present to us her innovation, her thoughts, the gaps that she's identified, and her solution. Thank you so much. Over to you, Lerato. Wow. Talk about not briefing us.
Before I get started, I would love to take this moment to invite my co-founders onto stage. Ayanda Gamakasa, please come join me, sir. It wouldn't be right for me to stand here without this gentleman next to me. In fact, I thought I was going to give a speech here, but I see you guys, as you saw, judges, I'm very passionate about speaking. But yeah, it's very important for me to bring this gentleman next to me up on stage because we started this thing together. It's been over 10 years of us pursuing this project. And he has believed in our vision, even when I didn't believe sometimes. Even when I got tired, he was just like, we are doing this, my friend. So, yes, do you want to present this? Do you want to take this moment? I think you deserve it. You know, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So our innovation is called the Skyphone, and what it is it's a 4G cloud phone. What do I even mean about these big terms I'm talking about here? So what we've done is we've taken a smartphone and we've put it in the cloud. So basically, what this means is that you are now able to access smartphone features using a simple phone such as IEW, which we call a feature phone, right? So the main reason for this and why we are so passionate about doing this is because we are now creating access to people who are in rural communities. Because what we have found is that connectivity is not the issue. Wi-Fi or data is not the issue, but rather they do not have the proper devices that can enable them to access the digital world. So everyone who has taken part in this innovation challenge, everyone, because and understandably, you are building apps for the future. But when you do that, we are actually neglecting the people that can't afford those apps, you know? So either way, they are still left out. They do not have access to banking infrastructure. Everyone is now using digital money, but you find that they still can't have access to those things. So that's why we went and we decided, okay, fine, how about we give them access that they couldn't otherwise have. So because this is on the cloud, the processing, the storage, everything is not done on the actual device, but rather it's done on the cloud, which means, interesting enough, that even if you lose your DLE, you can even go to Umankuru next door and say, access your Skyphone, and because it's on the cloud, you now have access to all your apps. And the future of what we're doing is we want to take it a step further. We want you to be able to access your cloud phone on your cars, because now cars have screens, right? We want you to be able to access your cloud phone on even a TV set. So now, imagine a household, they may not even have phones, because guys, let's be realistic about the economic state that we are in. So say they don't even have a phone in that household, but they do have a TV, because they say time TV anyway. So now everyone in that family can be able to sit there access their phone using their television. The minute you log out, all your information is wiped out. The next person can come and access their Sky phone. So it's a continuous thing. We're creating access for everyone in the family, and it's not causing anyone to go buy a new device or anything. Traction. Oh, sorry. Next month, so we are already a Huawei Cloud partner. We're doing this thing with Huawei Cloud, and we already have a contract with Safaricom. So Safaricom is a telco in Kenya. Well, Kenya, Ethiopia, they're all over, but we're starting out with Safaricom in Kenya. On the 10th of December, they will be going to market with the devices which have our Sky phone on them. So we are already going to the market by next month, in a few weeks' time, actually. And yeah, we're very, very excited, judges. We want to thank you so much for this opportunity. As we said, we've been working on this for the past 10 years. This is actually quite surreal for us, and we are very excited that we can do this from the Eastern Cape. Interesting enough, 3 weeks back, was it 3? Yes, 3 weeks back, delegates from Huawei China were here in East London. They came all the way to work with us. So yes, we are very passionate about the solution, but more than anything, we're passionate about the Eastern Cape, and we want to bring these international companies to the Eastern Cape. We could have easily had our headquarters in Johannesburg, but we decided that no. When they were coming, they kept on saying, where do we meet you? Do we meet you in Joburg? Do we meet you in Cape Town? We said, no, we're in East London. They said, Cape Town? We said, no. You will find us in East London. So we really appreciate this opportunity, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for an amazing innovation. I think what I also pick up from that is that iPhones are old news now, because I can get myself a TV and it's over. So thank you so much, Lerato. And our winner for the ICT category, Obulelani Sizani, will be joining us virtually. I'm not sure whether he's connected already because he's not in the room. Okay. So we'll move on from there, and we are going to get into our next category because he is not connected yet. So we are getting into the renewable energy category. We are going to start with our third place participant, Ukanya Makunga, to come up and share her innovation. So over to you, Kanya Makunga, and a round of applause for her.
Good day, everyone. Hello. Good day, everyone.
Good morning.
I am Kanya Makunga, and the name of my company is Solaris Africa. So our innovation is called prepaid to own solar systems. So the reason why we came up with this innovation was most communities, especially in Gauteng, they can easily access different models when it comes to owning solar, like rent-to-own solutions. Some homes can access home loans, but the majority of homes in the Eastern Cape do not have that privilege of accessing these solutions because of so many constraints, including financial requirements. Most of them do not meet that financial requirements, and credit checks when it comes to rent-to-own models. So I came up with a solution. I came up with a solution to have homes install their solar home systems at no upfront cost. So when you buy electricity right now, you use prepaid, right? So with our innovation, we use the same methods. You can prepay to own your solar system. So every time you recharge, you buy electricity, it contributes to the ownership amount of your solar system. So as time goes by, that amount reduces the cost of the system until you entirely own that system. And yeah, that's basically most of it. So yeah, and we're hoping that a lot of people get to have that privilege also, because we also believe that having solar should not be a luxury like it is right now. It is a part of innovation, so it should be a part of access. We should all have access to it. So that's the barrier that we're trying to break down with the innovation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I think it's a very important one. If you guys remember years ago, not too long ago, maybe 3 years ago, at the peak of load shedding, a lot of people were flocking to buying solar systems. And the issue of load shedding is not just an issue that affects a very small small amount of people, but it is a South African issue. And so if we can get access to solar as the country through her innovation, I think it would then help us so much in terms of also getting into our sustainable development goals. So thank you so much for that. A round of applause to her. Our second candidate that we are going to call up is Aphiwe Mazwi. Thank you, ma'am.
Good day, everyone. My name is Aphiwe Mazwi, the founder of Kasishe, which is a mobile application, a hybrid system that aims to allow communities to share solar energy through the mobile app. So millions of South Africans lose productivity due to load shedding, high electricity cost, and rural areas still don't have access to safe electricity. So there's only one question that we aim to address as Kasishe, which is what if communities can use one system and share solar energy? So about 18% of South Africans still don't have access to consistent electricity. Solar installations, they are expensive and they are meant for individuals, not for community-based, which is we wanted to make a community-based system. One thing that we trust as South Africans is stokvels. So our system also used the same model as a stokvel, whereby community members will use the application to buy, share, and earn solar electricity through the use of the mobile application. So how the system works is a community gets to install a solar hub, and then each home will get a smart meter, and then information from the smart meters, then community members will then access such information on the mobile application. Then they will use the mobile application to buy credits, solar credits, and you can also buy for your neighbor. That's also one thing that is good. You can share if you have like access on when you check your balance. You can share with your neighbor. So another thing is that as much as we have identified the problem, and then we decided that we have to use the skills that we have as a software developer. So I was like, let me utilize the skill that I have and address the problem that I see affecting a lot of communities. So we aim to partner with the Department of Energy, solar installation companies, NGOs, government departments. And we then also plan to generate our revenue through having transaction fee. Like when you buy the credits, then we get there will be like a transaction fee, and also partnering with municipalities. So we can have the platform, and then it'd be like we are renting the system to the municipality. Then it would be like a subscription model between us as Kasishe and the municipality. So having this system in place means that low-income households will then have access to cheaper electricity and will be empowering communities as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. The renewable energy stokvel. That's an interesting one. I love it. Thank you so much.
We are going to move on to Upigolong Zikaba, who is our first prize winner in the category of renewable energy. I think he's also meant to join online. I don't think he's connected as yet. So I think we will move on to the next participant. Moving on to the agricultural sector again. Mr. Morena Kashane, could you please come up stage and share your insights? Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mona Kashani from MA Enterprise. We are involved in aquaculture, or rather fish farming. If you will remember in the Bible, Genesis 1, verse 28, God said, rule and have dominion over fish that lives in the water. There is a high demand for premium seafood product that is safe, or rather that is traceable. And unfortunately, aquaculture or traditional fish farming, it has faced lots of criticisms for pollution and habitat destruction. And the consumers, they need to have, or they need to know where the seafood is coming from. We have developed, or we are developing a pilot project where we are farming various aquaculture species in one environment. IMTA system, integrated multi-trophic aquaculture systems, where we farming shrimp as the main species, oyster, and the sea cucumber. This innovation will be integrated with the technology using a blockchain for traceability and IoT for water quality monitoring. And this innovation has various environmental benefits, because it is more like a circular economy where you feed only one species, and the waste of the one species, in this instance, the shrimps, will be then filtered by the oysters, and the one that will go on the bottom will be then consumed by sea cucumber. And all these species are premium quality, and there is a high demand for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moren. I think the issue around aquaculture is a very close one to the Eastern Cape, because aquaculture is one of our key priority centers within the Eastern Cape. So thank you so much, Mr. Moren. We are now going to call up Uyamkela Manana to come and share some of his insights. He did, okay. I think we enjoyed your project. I think let's call up our automotive sector. I recognize them, so I'll call them up. Can I call up Mr. Chris Abraham to come and share some of his insights on his proposed innovation? Want you to be able to connect?
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Hi, I'm Chris from EV Fleet. We help organizations transition from electric vehicles from diesel to electric vehicles using data analysis. So with going electric, it's quite difficult in South Africa because we don't have that infrastructure fully available, but it's coming very soon. There's a lot of movement around the world, and Africa is traditionally left behind in these tech spaces. So our goal is to help companies to prepare for this, to plan for this, and to make it profitable. Because on the one hand, you have public transport like minibus taxis, my Buya Transport, Algoa Bus Company in PE. They haven't really planned for this, and it's coming. And they have operational complexities, like they stop and they drive, and if they need to incorporate charging in that whole thing, it becomes difficult. And then we have also companies like Mercedes-Benz who are falling behind in this race to go electric because they struggle to convince their customers that electric vehicles will be profitable. So we use data analysis to help these companies to avoid the big financial losses that they can that can happen if they don't plan efficiently. So we've developed a simulation platform which I've used for consulting with these various companies. And currently we're converting that simulation platform into a web application that anybody can use. Municipalities can log on to that, specify how many vehicles they have in their fleet, and then the system will tell them how much profit they will make, what the carbon savings would be, when the break-even point will be. And it also helps suppliers like Mercedes-Benz or BYD or whichever company to develop client proposals for their clients to prove that it's profitable. I really need your help to connect with the industry here, to reach out to municipalities to plan. And lastly, I just want to say also really sincere gratitude for this prize. Yesterday I was in Joburg for a different pitch competition. I really thought I would win, but then it went like 10, 9, and they're announcing everyone, and I'm busy preparing my speech in my head, And then number 1 came, it wasn't me. I didn't even make the top 10. And it was after that, just kind of really just taking it as a humbling, exercise. And it was after that Luandile called me and he said, he didn't tell me what it's about, what I'm, but he said, that I must be ready for Friday. So I flew from that Joburg event back to here. And really thank you, and to the sponsors, and thanks to God as well. Thank you.
I think the universe works in mysterious ways, so well done to you. I think the inclusion of minibus taxi operators in your project is quite interesting, and I think we all look forward to seeing your innovation unfold. Next up is Abonga Mtamnani. Please come up, Abonga.
Hello everyone. My name is Abonga Mtamnani. I'm an entrepreneur, an innovator, and I'm a founder of Africa. I think it would not be fair if I would speak about my innovation before connecting the dots. Steve Jobs once said, it's very important to connect the dots wherever step that we add. So please allow me to give a little bit of a background of how I decided to work on this problem and how I got into this problem that I'm solving today. So I grew up in Mandela Park in Tata. And now when I was doing my first year in the University of Johannesburg, I had a friend of mine. She wanted to start a food delivery business, but we noticed that in our community, the house addresses were not geo-coded. so she could not find the houses on time and deliver as she planned. Then when we checked at the depth of the problem, we realized that the same problem was the main cause for the emergency services to get lost. For example, your police and your ambulances in emergency situations, it's the main reason they struggle to find a house or a particular person who needs that emergency service. And also, it's the same reason that delivery companies like your Take-A-Lots and your PEP, I forgot what the PEP delivery company is called. Pexi, yes, it's the same reason Pexi does not deliver in our communities, in the townships. And this problem was because the house addresses were not geocoded. So in most situations, the people who were given that tender to put house addresses in our communities, they just sprayed those numbers without registering those numbers on maps. And that problem was the source of this now big problem, which lead to our township to be economically excluded and to struggle to find assistance in times of need. And to solve that problem, I created a geocoded plate code which serves as an alternative of traditional addresses. It was solar powered, meaning that you just put it on your wall and it integrated with the existing mapping services. Then it made it easy for ambulances and for your police and delivery companies to find the house that they need. As I was working on that problem, again I realized that my main target, or after I got like incubated, it was explained to me on how it is not scalable and how it is a problem that I'm targeting specifically disadvantaged places. Then, and it was also explained that besides the addresses not being geocoded or hard to find using a GPS, there's also a concern of safety. So delivery companies may not be delivering in my community or in many townships because of the safety concern. And I couldn't shy away from these problems of safety. And as I was making my research and speaking to your Bolt drivers and your other delivery companies, your cab drivers, they also raised the concern of safety. So I couldn't avoid it. And that's how I got into the solution I'm working on now, which is a proactive and a preventative car tracking system, which you put in your car. Then the moment that let's say criminals try to hijack your car, then the system will detect that threats and send it to nearby security companies, or then they respond quickly. So it now, if you connect the dots, it's directly connected to that problem of our solving initially, of our community not being geocoded. But now I started by fixing the problem of asset protection, because for us to say the delivery companies must save our communities, we must make sure that their assets and their drivers will remain safe, and the safety concern won't be a barrier for our townships and our rural areas to also become economically included. So I think that is very important when we move into like your e-commerce and your ICT, and whereby we'll make sure that our townships will also participate in e-commerce and benefit into the digital economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abasa. think your innovation, each and every one of us in this room can appreciate it because it talks to a real problem in South Africa around safety and security. So I think it's been a long time coming. Thank you so much, Abonga. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is the end from our side. I will then call up Ms. Mudwe Matengwane to take us forward through the program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think let's give them another round of applause. Our two judges that were part of some of the panels for the Innovation Challenge. And congratulations once again to the Innovation Challenge winners. I did say earlier that, we've had such great, what's happening? I did say that we've had such great innovations coming forward. I'm sure you can agree with me after listening to them. Can you not agree with me? They were good. Is that okay? All right. According to our program, we're supposed to take a comfort break. So I think I'll be almost late by you, but it was going to be a 5-minute break, or we can just continue with our program because I see that we're slightly behind time. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of nods, so we'll continue with our program. We now move to the Hackathon Challenge Awards. Okay, judging by what I'm hearing in the room, there's a lot of hackers in the room. Am I right? All right. I think we can all agree, as some of you were participating, that this challenge has really pushed teams to build functioning and quite great solutions for our province and hopefully for the international market, not only for us as a province only. Our judges have also set up until last night, very late last night, coordinating and consolidating and ensuring that by the time we go to sleep, everyone that has moved to the next level is aware of this and they are able to make their way. Remember, I had said, if you had been following the week, I had said earlier when I spoke on Monday that representation for this week and for the participants of the various challenges that we've hosted over this period are as wide and are Eastern Cape wide. So it's not only East London, the whole of Eastern Cape is represented. I mean, we had people from Queenstown, we had people from Butterworth, we had people as far as Agadu, we had people from Mthatha, we had people from the other towns that are around, not only Mthatha, East London, and Gqeberha, where people would think that all the innovation or all the work is coming from. So it was quite nice to see, even as we sat and we listened to these presentations, because other people were sitting in Mthatha, others were in Queenstown, others were in King Williamstown, various areas really. So I'm sure even in this category we'll have people that would not have been able to make it here, particularly because we concluded the process quite late last night. And if I can just say, the evaluation by the judges was really based on creativity as well as feasibility of these projects, into the future, and the impact of the project. Will it solve what we are wanting it to solve? Because most of these hackathon projects are really based on a need that we have seen ourselves, even as this London IDZ. So you will see, I won't even talk about then the various thematic areas. You'll hear as it's going to be presented. And we wanted to also ensure that technical execution of the various projects is done correctly. So that technical expertise for us was quite critical. And we've seen that come through in the, I think in the spread of the groups of the hackers. And it's quite nice to see that coming from the Eastern Cape, because essentially it means that as the various groups, you can essentially literally start your own companies and focus on this. If you can sit for 48 hours and come up with a solution, imagine if every day of your life you were spending trying to resolve the issues we have as an Eastern Cape, as a country, as a world. Imagine how many companies we would have only here in the Eastern Cape. So well done to you guys. I would like to then at this point call again one of the judges, in fact the lead for the hackathon project, to come forward and then just take us through the same process that we went through on the innovation challenge, where we are then we're advised of the process that the judges undertook, starting really from when you put up your hand to say, I'd like to hack in this particular thematic area, up until now. So we're going to be taken through the process and the work that went behind that. There's a lot of people that were working behind the scenes just to ensure that even the winners, you got to where you are. So we'll listen to that, and we'll also then thereafter announce the winners for that segment as well. And thereafter, we will then listen to what you have hacked for in the areas. Without further ado, then I'd like to call on stage Mr. Ayanda Denise, who was one of the judges. Ayanda Denise is also he's also working for the Island and IDZ at the Science and Technology Park, in charge of various programs within the Science Park. So over to you then, Ayanda.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Good afternoon, colleagues. All protocol observed. As indicated, my name is Ayanda Denise, Industrial Design and Skills Development Specialist within the Eastern IDZ under the Science and Technology Park. I'm here to unpack and share with all of us the journey that we've undertaken relating to the hackathon event that took place over 48 hours. Colleagues would recall that there's been 4 categories that we put out in the various media platforms, inviting innovators specifically from the Eastern Cape, basically to come through and say they are putting their hands up to assist in the development of these themes. Just as a reminder, because I know that some of us would have obviously gone through them, the first one is the Eastern Cape Youth Portal, Information Portal. So there, effectively, we are trying to invite innovators to come and assist us in developing a platform that can assist the Eastern Cape in particular to be able to coordinate information and opportunities. The current status quo that all of us are facing is the fact that the youth has to move from one space to the next to basically literally find information. As IDZ, we share our information via social media pages, via WhatsApp groups, our databases, and so on and so forth. And as a youth, we have to literally now search under the IDZ platforms. You go and search under NYDA, you go and search for, under and so on and so forth. So obviously it's quite a tedious process. So with this particular theme, we invited, hackers to then develop a single repository where all various stakeholders can then deposit opportunities, be it in terms of jobs, be it in terms of learnerships, be it in terms of apprenticeships, funding, and so on and so forth. So that's basically what the theme is looking to achieve. Then the second one is the STP Skills Portal. So this one really, in terms of skills, there's a lot of young people and generally people from the Eastern Cape who want to put obviously their head out there in as far as skills that they have for the market. So for this one, we have invited innovators to basically come through and develop a platform that can assist us as Islam IEZ in basically having a platform that we can make use of in relations to skills development, whereby people who are job seekers can literally register on the platform, they can update their details, they can attach their documentation, and so on and so forth. And of course, from our side, at the back end as IEZ, we can be able to draw reports in terms of how many users and so on and so forth. I think the colleagues who are going to be sharing, you'll see yourself in terms of the solutions that will come through. And of course, the third one is the Island IEZ STP app. Of course, nowadays we're already in the fourth industrial revolution. We're no longer talking about, we are already, in fact, there's a talk now about the fifth industrial revolution. So here we've invited innovators to come through and develop an interactive application specifically for the Science and Technology Park, so that all our product line offerings, digital hub, automotive manufacturing incubator, design center, renewable energy, as well as other services are basically within the platform. And of course, people can download the platform. They can effectively make use of it in terms of information sharing, engaging with also ecosystem partners within the platform. Then the last but not least is an AI-powered SMME funding platform. Again, as a problem statement here is that SMMEs have got a challenge in terms of accessing opportunities relating to funding. Again, some may not be aware of the opportunities that are there. Even if one is aware, he may not necessarily have the time to be able to complete the various application forms and so on. So here, we've invited innovators to make use of AI, right? Make use of AI to develop a platform that can assist in terms of scanning literally the web in terms of the available opportunities. So literally as an innovator or as a SMME, obviously highlight what you want in terms of funding requirements. And then of course, the platform needs now to search into the web, effectively the things that you are looking for relating to funding, match you with the relevant funders, but also beyond just matching you with relevant funders, it must also assist you to then generate applications to those funders. And then of course, you review, you then sign off and submit from your end. So, and of course, that will also assist quite a lot, in fact, in as far as SMMs are concerned. So colleagues and ladies and gentlemen, those are the four categories and themes that we have invited innovators from across the province, as the program director highlighted, to basically come through and come up with a solution relating to that. And I must say that we received quite a number of applications, 276 applications from across the province. And of course, we also noted that other people had, beyond the 276, other people had applied. And so there's quite a huge interest in some of these opportunities. So from the 276, 119 was then shortlisted, to be part of the hackers, to come through and hack. And I must say that out of the 119, some of the innovators thought that they would be trained on how to develop the solutions, which unfortunately this was not the platform, because we do have other programs where we train people on how to develop and make use of software code and all of those kinds of things. But this one was really for innovators to develop the solutions, right? So innovators applied as individuals, and then of course they also applied as groups. So we allowed for that. So we also had different host partners that we worked with. As program director highlighted, we invited innovators from across the province. So we had 2 stations that we held the hackathons. Of course,
the main being our Eastern Rights STP, and of course we had another site in OR Tambo, which is in Tata under our partners Liquid Intelligent Technologies under the Tata Learning Center, as well as also in Bishop under the University of Fort Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubator. So those were our partners in terms of hosting the event. So from the 30, we then obviously through the panel and selected the 4 winners, right, in terms of the themes. So winner takes all. Cash prize is 100,000 rands. Cash prize 100,000 rands, but of course 240,000 rands in terms of maintenance support beyond. Because what is different about this particular, program is the fact that we did not force people to basically form a group. Because most hackathons, unfortunately, people are forced to form groups and all of those, and then beyond the event, it just disappears. So with this one, we encourage people to come as groups, and of course, or as individual, and then of course they then apply, and then the intention, obviously, for winners is for them to get the 100,000 rands, but also the 240,000 rands post the 100,000, so that for a wide period of 1 year, they can then refine. We work with them to then until the solutions are fully. Are fully implementable. So that's basically where we are currently. And I must also appreciate the panel of judges that I'm not standing here, of course, on my own. I'm standing on behalf of all the judges that were judging the process. Again, University of Fort Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubator was one of the judging. Panelists, Cisco was also part of the judges. Liquid Intelligent Technologies was also one of the judges. The Office of the Premier was also one of the stakeholders who was also judging, including, of course, ourselves as the IDZ, Islam IDZ. So we were also part of the judges. Yeah, so it's been really a very hectic and exciting 48 hours. I'm not going to talk more now, but at this stage, in announcing the winners, I will kindly call upon the program director to come to the front, as well as our COO to also come to the front to present the awards to the winners. And also, I noticed our CEO is here. I kindly request our CEO to come to the front as well to basically present the awards, as well as also my co-judge from the Eastern IEW, Mr. Here, can then assist me in terms of handing over the awards to the judges, as well as Mr. All right. The moment of truth has arrived. Firstly, I must highlight, colleagues, that all of you hackers, those who have managed to come through physically here, and those who actually have managed to join online. So I wanted just to highlight the fact that all of you are winners. All of you are winners. And I must also add, as the judging panel, I think we also discussed the fact that with this your skill and the talent demonstrated by the innovators, even those that did not win or that are not going to be winning, one way or the other, we need to find a way of harnessing the talent that we basically found through the journey, because we don't want to lose the talent that we found during the journey. So we will be in touch with you as the SMMEs in terms of going forward, because we also don't want to lose the opportunity of engaging more with you in creating other solutions. So for the Eastern Cape Youth Information Portal, so we categorized the various presenters in terms of innovator number, right? And then I'll obviously call the names later on. So the winner in this category is innovator number 24, Pumelela Prusen, Tuma Memela, Lolo Kabanisa, Mwisonti. Please. Okay, they can take a photo, please. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All those presenters, they can take the floor. Thank you so much. They will later on come to the front to actually share with all of us what their actually were. The AI-powered SME funding application platform is Innovator 14. Osaretin, Johnson, Lutando Makondo, Maneli Seneto, Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And now for the Island and STP, that is an STP Skills Portal. The winner is Innovator 28, Kaukeno Makolo. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And then the last but not least, the Island and IDZ STP app interactive platform. It's innovator number 26, Sigongosi Lateta, Debopone Patane. Thank you very much. You may thank you. Please take me. Our presenters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So at this stage, we will then be inviting our winners to please come to the front to come and then present and share with us what the solutions that they actually pitched to convince the judges. So can I please kindly call the Eastern Cape Youth Information Portal Innovator number 24 to please come to the front and then present their solution. Thank you. So please. Whilst our innovators are coming to the front, I thought it's quite an important opportunity as well to just share with all of us in terms of some of the programs that we run within the East London IDZ, specifically under the Science and Technology Park. So, as highlighted by the program director earlier on, the STP has quite a number of programs. And I must highlight that some are currently accessible online. We've got Cisco certified courses that are free, self-paced online. So people are most welcome to apply to those programs. So I'll hand over to the tell us what Collins under once again.
No one is. Wait, am I audible? Right? Can you guys hear me at the back? Ah, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I won't need the mic. That is for online. It's fine. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much. Right. So every morning, South African young people wake up in search of opportunities. Right? Some of them are lucky enough to find them, others are not. I, for one, was rejected by over 200 jobs before I started my journey into entrepreneurship on a full-time basis. So this is something that young people experience on a daily basis. My name is Utumba Memela. I'm one of the developers behind this incredible platform, and I'm here with my team, which comprises a team of developers, a tester, and an AI consultant like myself, spanning over a decade worth of experience. Today, we're going to be presenting to you guys our incredible platform that comprises of 3 different applications. The first one is a mobile application that is meant to be used by young people. The second one is a web app that is to be used by the stakeholders, the people who actually post the jobs and the opportunities for young people. And the last platform, of course, is for the IDZ itself, to manage all of these opportunities that are coming through the platform. Mr. Sonti, let's take them through. So this is our mobile application that we've developed for the young people, or you can access it on the App Store or the Play Store. We are cognizant of the fact that not everyone is fluent in the English language, and as a result, we've integrated different languages there. When you get to the platform, you'll be met with this dashboard, which takes you through all of the different opportunities that are available there. And of course, if you struggle to navigate the platform, we've got our very great AI assistant there. Now, signing up is quite easy. It's as simple as getting your name, email, and so forth. And when you are on the platform, we will ask you a range of questions. And this might be the annoying part, but there's a reason for that. It's so that you don't experience that issue of having to upload your documents every single time. One of the benefits of this platform is that you can just apply for different opportunities by just clicking a button. The other thing that it helps you with is that it maps out your career goals. So within the platform, we've built 2 mini platforms in there, which is the Pathway Builder, which guides any young person to grow themselves as an early stage professional. Over and above that, we've got something that's called Y2R, which is sort of like a LinkedIn, but specifically for young people and the stakeholders that are looking for top talent. And that's the innovative part about that. Within the platform also, we've allowed you we've given people access to an AI CV writer, and we all know not everyone is savvy at writing CVs, right? And we've integrated that there. And just by a click of a button, you are able to take full advantage of those opportunities. So that is our innovative platform. I'd like to ask Mr. Sonti to take us through now to the dashboard that is to be used by the relevant stakeholders. So this is our innovative dashboard that is to be used by the different stakeholders. So as a stakeholder, you'd be able to see the different partners that are part of this initiative. And I mean, of course, if you see such big names, even you as a stakeholder would be encouraged to actually provide such opportunities, right? Within the dashboard, you have the capability of actually posting opportunities on the platform that young people would be able to access. And this is the centralized platform, which is what Ayani was alluding to say. Generally, the opportunities are being presented in silos, and one of the key benefits is us presenting them in an integrated fashion, a centralized fashion, I mean. And then, of course, you can actually get to see the different opportunities and how many people are engaging with that. And as a stakeholder, you can also post some reports. Now, Mr. Sonti will now take us through the innovative dashboard that we've designed for the East London IDZ, which allows the IDZ to see how many users are actually using this platform, how many job requests are actually being presented to young people, and also you get to have full control of what opportunities are allowed on the platform and not, because I mean, scams are a reality in today's time, especially with the advent of artificial intelligence. Over and above that, you are able to track that user growth, and of course, as the IDZ, you want to pull reports and impress your stakeholders and so forth, and for your reports, and we've made sure that you are able to do all of that. So that is our incredible platform. Over and above that, security is of pivotal importance in today's time. We've ensured that the data is, of course, encrypted. We will be integrating multi-factor authentication. We also will be managing sessions, because session hijacking is the thing. It's not just highlights buggies, right? So the platform is fully secure, and that ensures that the users, being the youth, the IDZ itself, and the stakeholders are safe from hackers. Thank you so much for your time.
Tell us about COVID-19 once again, please. We will now call upon the next winners, our AI-powered SME funding application winners, Innovator 14. They can please come to the front and then also share the solution. So come on, please.
So good day to everyone. We wanted to make funding simple using artificial intelligence for SMMEs, which are the applicants, and also the funders, which will be providing opportunities on our platform. So that's what we wanted to do with the problem that we wanted to solve, was basically for the funders and also the applicants on our system. So firstly, this is the landing page in which you will see the various features that are on our platform, such as applying for opportunities using your voice, using AI also to extract text, and also to to extract the text from your PDF and also like make a summary for you of the requirements that you have for your application and for what the funders providing opportunities also would require, right? So firstly, this is where you're going to register, and you can register as an applicant or you can register as a funder. And also after registering, you're going to get a verification code to your email, and then after inputting the verification code, you're going to be, after registering as a funder, you're going to have to go to your settings and complete your profile, right? To fill in everything that you're going to need, like all the specifications that you have and everything. And then after you save your changes, you can go to the opportunities page, right? And then you're going to be notified that you have to be approved first by an admin of the platform so that you can create and post opportunities, right? So then on the admin side, now we're on the admin side of the system, which would be for the e-lids, right? And this is the place where you're going to be seeing this is the dashboard where you're going to be seeing the opportunities, you're going to be seeing various reports on the system, basically. And then you can approve your users and reject them here based on firstly viewing their details to see if they are verified and legit. So then after you would approve, let's say a funder on our platform, then they would receive like an email that is going to be sent to them. They're going to click the link and then also be able to create the opportunities, right? So since there are specific problems, right, with it's a lengthy application for filling in your requirements and everything, there's a place here you can publish your documents and everything the standard way, which is adding in your fields, specifying what you require. But then also on this side of the platform, you can input the PDF, doc, or other various forms of input, right? And then the platform is going to provide the requirements basically for you to fast track the process of creating opportunities, and then you can edit however you want so that it matches exactly what you're providing, right? So then also, after that, you also as an admin on the system, you have a choice to suspend users, right? If they misuse the platform maybe and post inappropriate content, and you can also view their profile and other details relevant to them. So you can also, for security purposes, also like send invitations to people who are going to be on our platform. So on the landing page, they have a place to email the admins of the system in case they want to be a funder or they want or they're inviting other admins into the system, right? So then they would essentially email the admin, and then the admin will send an invitation to them, which will send a confirmation link similar to the one we had before. And then when they click on the link, they fill in the rest of the details, and then they would be onboarded onto the system. So from here on out, it's the same verification process of when they're creating their account. So it's also the two-factor authentication security feature, amongst other features that we have in our system for security, in which the admins would see the reports, basically the enhanced analytics basically of the system and everything. So they can also download reports as Excel spreadsheets, or they can also download them as PDFs, right, on the system. So the admins also have a platform to add the opportunities, right, for the applicants on our system. So they also have a choice to to write down the text basically for the AI to interpret and then add the requirements for them. And then would add the requirements automatically where they can also edit and then save the form, and they will be sent out for the applicants to see on their side, amongst other opportunities, right? That the platform will use a web search to find relevant opportunities and pull them for them, which would match them based on the specific requirements and how likely or how relevant they are to the applicant specifically. So now I will be handing over to my colleague to demonstrate also where you can apply for an application using your voice.
So I will be speaking on the applicant side. So as a SMME, I'm basically looking for opportunities for funding for my business. So this, after registering, so we didn't want to go through the registering process for the third time. So after registering, you'll be able to see a list of opportunities on the opportunities tab here on the, when you click on the left. And then here are a list of available opportunities. And so now I'm going to demonstrate how you would apply using AI. Okay, so here is the ad for the funding. So it's a tech innovation grant. And then at the bottom here, we have 3 different methods of applying. You can apply using your voice, as in speaking, or apply traditionally by filling out the form, or use AI to auto-apply for you using the documents that you have uploaded on the documents page, if you check on the left, on the documents. So I will be demonstrating the voice application. I have a script that I'll read. So the essence of this is for you to basically give the AI information about your business name, how it operates, the description, where it's located, etc., or how much money you need for funding. So it needs to understand all of that in order for you to actually, in order for it to apply for you. Hello, I would like to apply for funding for my business. My business name is Green Energy Solutions. I am requesting funding in the amount of 750,000 Rand. The purpose of this funding is to purchase solar panel equipment and expand our installation services to serve more customers in the Eastern Cape region. Our business description is that we are a renewable energy company that installs and maintains a solar panel system for residential and commercial properties. We have been operating for 2 years and have completed over 50 installations. Okay, so here on, you'll see that it has already added the name, which is Green Energy Solutions. And then it has also written the funding amount. And then it also says we are a renewable energy company that installs and maintains solar panel systems. So the more information you give it, the more it can help you apply, basically. To experience our application, you can scan the QR code above and experience it for yourself. I'll give a few seconds. Okay.
All right. I just wanted to cover a few points that we just worked on in terms of security and just scalability and automation in the system. Firstly, we chose a framework which will minimize, given that you are working with someone applying, meaning there will be some input in the system. So to curb the situation where people are attacking our system via things like cross-site scripting, we chose a framework which makes it easier for us to handle that. and just make sure that we're hosting our platform on a secure, in a kind of like encryption data both in transit and at rest. And we also protect our data from using low-level security. In other words, we not only protect data while it's in transit or just stored, but when someone is trying to access the data from a database, if they are not the ones that made an entry, then they can't be able to have access. So we protect from database roles. And then the other part of what we have done is we wanted to ensure that we are able to scan the usage and the lifetime of our application outside the main application itself, because it's harder for, like a doctor to heal themselves. So we've used a system like post-hoc to monitor the health and the life cycle and the usage of our platform from a third-party software in an attempt to say, if our system is down, how would you know? How will it report itself? So we use a post-hoc for scanning all the usage and demographic reach of our platform. And we're also able to use, if you notice the second last bullet point, which is called session replay. This is one of the ways in which we can track down the root or the source of any error that might occur on our system. Session replay is a way in which we are able to get snippets of the usage of the platform. So if you're on the dashboard and then you click some button and then the system crashes for some unknown reason or unforeseen circumstances, we're able to track back and see a video of you moving your mouse, clicking on different buttons, so that we can know that this is the exact source of the error, which will improve drastically the response time that's required to recover from any faults that happen in the system. And also when it comes to data storage, we just make sure that we have read replicas. This is crucially important because when you are having a cybersecurity attack where a hacker gets hold of your database and encrypts that data with keys that only then they have access to, in those instances, you either have to pay or let go of the data. You either pay the hackers maybe so that they can unlock and bring your data back to you. So in an attempt to say, how can we, in those circumstances, survive? We keep replicas of the data in real time so that if someone gets hold of our database, we can say, it's fine, they can just hold the data they have, we don't care. We have another copy that we can recover from so that we don't have to pay ransom and we're able to pick up where we left off. Because either way, even if you pay hackers to bring back your data, chances are they already have a copy anyway, so might as well keep our copy ahead of time. And then another thing that we did, which was not on the security side, I think that my team forgot to mention, is that in an attempt to say, you don't only get the final applications that are posted on the platform, or the ones that are on the platform are more of those that are verified because they are uploaded by a verified user. We also do scan the web to look for opportunities of which then they will have to be verified afterwards, kind of like we have to do some third check to say, is this an actual opportunity that was on the internet or it was an illegitimate opportunity on the internet. So we use the OpenAI Agent SDK with the web search tool to basically use the profile of each user to look on the internet for opportunities that are relevant to that particular business or user, using their profile as a reference to say, can we find the opportunities that would match this particular use case? We use their profile and all the data that they filled in when they are verifying their account. So these are some of the items that I just wanted to mention. And the path moving forward, if you notice on what Osaratin was demonstrating when it comes to voice interaction, we wanted to say not only you can just speak to the system only at once, where it captures your details and misses some, because if you had noticed that there were certain fields that were not captured properly. We wanted to do a real-time interaction where you can speak back and forth in real time instead of speaking once and then having to now fill out all the other missing fields. So we wanted to have a way in which we can have a back and forth interaction. So where you keep telling the AI to say, please, you've left out this information, please capture this in a back and forth in a real-time way. So these are some of the paths moving forward that we're going to be working on in this solution. But hopefully we'll be able to get that done because the time here was quite steep.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. I must highlight that they had only 5 minutes to pitch. So I can see now they are taking advantage of the Now we'll call upon winners for skills. There is an STP skills portal.
Innovator number 28, Kaukelo Makame, please come to the front and share your solution, please.
My name is Kaukelo Makola, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the IDZ for accepting my proposal and for me to be here. And honestly, it was not an easy task just to do this alone. But the main thing was for me just to think outside the box, because what I like about this competition, it is because of their statement. So their statement was really precise based on what they wanted from us. So they were looking for an interactive database that can help enable job seekers to register, log in, and update details. That is further outlined there. So if you can look at how it was specified, it may seem simple, right? But if you go to a job seeker and you request this information from them, I will also not give you my details. So I saw their proposal as a parasitic system. It's like just that system that just wants your data and it give you something in return. And I expanded the research, right? I was like, how about we make a value exchange? I give you, you give me. So that was the idea behind it. And obviously the main scope was in East London. So if your IP address is not within the Eastern Cape region, you can see the information on the website as to what is Eastern Cape doing and all those stuff. But the likes of the portal, the login, registration, we are strictly limited to that society. Just look at the other side. So now, even though they gave us what to focus on, the idea, I actually tried to find one of the most problem statements that I think I listed, if there were not 5 of them. So it was skills portal, and the first problem that I encountered was digital exclusion. So 60% can access web-based platforms. So a lot of people do have internet connection, and others do have WhatsApp data. So my approach was like, let us look at on how we can leverage the usage of AI in this manner. So the solution was for using a WhatsApp AI bot, not just a bot that is tailored, but a WhatsApp agent, obviously using OpenAI keys that reaches everyone with just basic forms. So that actually given us 100 population coverage of everyone, regardless of your internet access. So another one was about qualification. I may not have qualification, but I may be skilled. Yeah, so that's one thing that I wanted to look into. So skilled workers rejected for lacking certification. I always told some of the guys that if I was a HR and I would hire someone who tried to hack me, and someone went to school to learn how to hack me. So because those people are more skilled than I am, I'm just skilled based on fundamental, but their skills based on technical. Okay, so I used for the solution AI-powered practical skills verification, and which has to be method-based for obviously drawing that to the report. Another one was about inefficient matching. So wrong people and wrong jobs and high turnover. A lot of people say, they don't want to hire me and something like that. It must be the reason as to why were you not hired. And why, just like UJ, apply now you see that UJ, who will tell you why. Yeah, so I wanted to have something like UJ in this manner. So an AI matching engine that actually gave us 94.7 accuracy. Right. So the whole thing is about data science and software engineering all combined. The last one, not the last one, but it was data fragmented. So all this process was to make sure that they have the database that they want. So we have a lot of scattered data about whoever has more talent. People are just there and there, and just like these hackathons, some have talent, but they just have to get the money. Solution was to have one centralized system within the Eastern Cape. So if I need more information about who's not hired in Buffalo City, I would know, and the reason why they're not hired. So that's the simple thing. And again, was about slow hiring process. Still need to verify if this person indeed has the qualification. Another one we still have to qualify indeed do you have the necessary skills involved. So what we do is just an instant verification. So if I am from Mercedes-Benz, I post a job, I have to see not everyone who had access to see the job, like you can put it on LinkedIn, everyone will have access to it. We're just exposing the job to those who match. So we have a matching system around that. So you can apply. If you apply, it means that you are shortlisted. So Mercedes-Benz will get the shortlisted candidate. For shortlisted candidate, if you needed 60, we arrange them into ascending order. So if you needed 60, you take the first 60. I think we're not trying to control them, but for fairness, yeah, that is the case. So it actually takes months to verify and hire candidates, and that is actually taking a lot of administrative work. Okay, that's what we did. I wanted to identify our actors as to how we're going to use the system. So we have administration, the system administrator girl, and also we have the job seekers, which is me, skilled and qualified user. Right. So obviously, because we have job seekers that are qualified and the ones that don't have qualification, we wanted to partner with institutions, University of Fort Hare, WSU, all universities. Why we want to partner with them? Universities in their institutional research, they want to have a database about their alumni. Where are they? What are they doing? Something like that. So by partnering with them, we leverage the use of verification or verifying that the qualification exists. If that process works fine, they also get the data. We had 60% of the graduates, out of that 40% were employed. So that system just giving everyone, hence I said at first, we don't want to have a parasitic system. We want to give people a reason why they should join us, and the reason that will also benefit them. So it's always important to say whoever gives you data must always benefit. And other one was employers, whereby we have any jobs that they want to give us. And should I? Okay, so the skills portal, I actually put it in this manner. We have data collection. Here we have tools and techniques and that we have to envision, and also data visualization, how we visualize the data. That is where we are going. That is where we want the database to be staking. For data collection, we wanted to have one of the tools, other techniques that we can use. Obviously, looking at Eastern Cape, right? So the main question was that if they embed database is all about data, but anything is data. Even if you say, what is my name? I just put a blank space. The form will just be submitted if it's not validated. So the question was like, if we need a database or interactive database, how are we collecting the data? So we have this part based on our research, or the web app, whereby we'll be having the job seekers and partnership. Partnership will give us data about the jobs and stuff. And job seekers will give their informational and other information necessary, innovation and their portfolios. Also, we use WhatsApp and how we're going to collect their data. Right? Also, higher institution from their institutional servers, just to have some API fetch calls. Right? And that's what I said at first. Just register and what. Okay, this is the flow of the web app, which I'll just, I think I did explain it first, and also this. So the overall is just working in terms of a user register, AI agent process, database storage, and verification. The main thing for this is to have this database, to have a data that is verified, a data that is secure, data that is sure. So whoever is going to participate or rather partner with us has that trust that this is a blockchain verification tool. So there's no need for me to doubt the system. but rather just to keep on helping everyone who is within the debt. Okay, so all those the verification work for institutional is about also putting the ID number in the space of registering. The agent comes there and look at your ID number, formatting first before, and goes to alumni database in the WUSU, or other invest to Forte, and record matching gives the result. The student is not there. If you're not there, it means that you have a skill without qualification. It's about those who don't have qualification, about their workflow, and the same applies with the web app, but slightly different because of the interfaces. Okay. Please allow me to share systems. Okay, so one of the most securities, first we start with admin and admin partnership to the last user, which is job seekers. The first one is admin. So we have their three login types. Is either admin, partner, institution. So if now I try to log in, we make sure that whoever logs in is using the company's VPN. So you have to make sure that you're connected to the company VPN. So most of the servers that are registered, or the Wi-Fi that are registered for each individual company, they're using their domain. It's like Wi-Fi is always based on that in most cases. So if you try to register and you're not connected to the same, it's going to say access denied because you're not. So yeah, obviously, even if you're not here, but you can use your company VPN to log in that. Okay, so this is my Wi-Fi, hence I cannot connect. Right. So also for partnership, it's the same thing. If you're from Forte, you need to also use a VPN that is installed within the premises, or let me say bands and other details. So that is the security that we do here. I was doing this, but I didn't create my profile. Nonetheless, this is where we'll go. Just think. Now this is the portal. Yeah, this is the portal for what we. There's a lot of menus there that is helping them to now focus on what they want. We've collected the data. We have the data mechanisms that I talked about. So now this is where they will manage everything. The first page is the executive summary, which they have to see a summary of everything that is there, everything about the data, employment rate, and talent pool, right? And also about the growth. Can extend more on the graphs there. So the main thing about this page is about those two buttons. It's export report and share report. Once you click the export report, you need to choose the report type, the data analytics and that. The main thing about here is that we have an agent behind it, an agent that is analyzing based on your report type. If I say executive, obviously we know what type of executive. I cannot tell the executive more like a data that can also be extracted, just the final thing, just an overview of everything. If I include executive data, and as an admin, I choose when do I need maybe for 2024 January till date. Yes, and I can choose the district that are within this, which is also Buffalo City, and exclude this one. That will be the case. Yeah, fine. And I can make a report. So for this would have to give me some sort of a PDF that will look something like this, which is what they wanted. We can be able to draw a report. So by drawing a report means that you need to have certain tools, certain data collection tool. So all those processes of that gave us this some sort of a tool. This is the report that is just generated by AI. Obviously, we have some sort of people or employees inside every company that make you more reports. So this is just giving them an overview of how is our data structured, and they can make further reporting of that. So not to end there, we also have another button here, rather an action that we can do to share report. I can share report within the company, the media, contacts, and CETA, just an example, industry partners and municipality leaders. And I can have some sort of this is This is what is generated from the AI, right? And you can edit the subject, you can send it as a PDF, a secure link, and so that will be the case. Another thing is to give them skills intelligence, which is everything is running behind AI. I wanted to see the AI accuracy and AI critical skills gap, because a lot of people are not hired because of this skills gap. I want this, but the company is doing this. I have this from my qualification, so that is the case. This is just some sort of a skills demand. We see the generative AI, which is just learning based on what happened in the environment. It brings back the data to inform you about what is currently needed. So the scope for demonstration purposes was on, if you could see, informational technology was on about that. So generative AI is one of the critical skills. So the companies also, IDZ, also specializing in helping maybe training and stuff. They can also add this skill to train those that are there. And another thing is here, you can use this AI to draw reports, and obviously we're using open AI. And so this is where you add partners. In the partner portal, Mercedes-Benz, they'll be able to add jobs, and they'll be able to see the jobs that are posted, an application, whoever who's met. So whoever sees there is being shortlisted by the system. You can schedule an interview with him here, so that we can receive the interview link, and also the talent show for those who have portfolios. They don't have qualification, but they can show their demo, their link on GitHub, or wherever they posted them. And this is institutional, where they can draw report and alumni database. They can either like add more or upload more. And this is where the informational page about everyone. Also, when you click login, if you're not connected, then you're out. And here you're registering with an AI, not with forms. Enter a name, enter your ID. But a lot of people, you need to cover everyone here. So when you click this course, it's going to like help you to generate. We have just to register with that. You can add your password here until you, once this process is verified, the steps are just simple based on your language that you prefer. And here, I think just to present the dashboard. Yeah, so that's the dashboard for the job seekers, where they will be able to see trainings that are being offered, where they'll be able to see upload their portfolio, and they'll be able to be ranked. And this AI coach is learning based on their data on the database, just giving them advices based on their data. They can also chat with an AI. This AI is only chatting because of the data that you have, make a recommendation based on the data we have. So the main thing was to have tools that can build a strong interactive dashboard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicholas, for covering notes again. Last but not least, we will invite now innovation number 26, the Alice STP app. Please come to the front. And table for the final. Also, coming once again for the thank you.
Good day. Good day, everybody. Today, the Science and Technology Park is a physical hub of innovation. But the problem is that it's missing its unified digital form, which makes it
difficult for tenants, SMEs, or even other innovators to be able to share opportunities, connect, and share ideas. So then we present to you the Elites STP Connect app, which basically bridges that gap of the fragmented platform. And yes, it's literally the definitive heartbeat of the science and technology part. So this application is compatible with all devices. The mobile app, you can literally use it on your laptop as well as a tablet as well. So you can also scan the QR code. You can actually have access to the application as well. But let me proceed to the demonstration. So when you enter the application, you will see a splash screen of the app, basically, that contains the app icon and then the science and technology logo. So the first thing that they encounter is the dashboard, where they see small depicts of what the app has. They can see the product lines of the STP, the personalized recommendation as well, because this app actually learns your interests and what it is that you are basically interested in. You can also see the latest opportunities in terms of your tenders, employment, internships, as well as the upcoming events. You can choose to even RSVP. In the application as well, you can see the services. This is where you see the product lines and what it is that they offer. You can also request access to them as well. Then we actually noticed that for the STP, we don't really know what these facilities look like, and I'm pretty sure other people have been curious about that. And so we decided to actually create a VR tour, a panorama, basically view of these facilities inside. You can also see the available services of the automotive and manufacturing incubator. So let me show you guys the VR tour. I'm going to click on the design center and the CAD is printing. So here you can actually see the facilities, and you can basically scroll through, can zoom in and out to actually see in more detail. You can also see their services and their key features as well. Here on the news page, these are basically the updated events and basically the news from the STP. In the SSMEs page, this is where you see all your verified small businesses, and you can either choose to connect with them. And then here is a messaging system where you can basically connect and network with other businesses, organizations. And for you to be able to connect, they have to first, it's sort of like a friend request for Facebook. So you choose to connect them and they'll have to accept your invitation, and then you guys can basically chat together and share opportunities, share ideas, and basically build a network. In the profiles page, as an SME, because I'm logged in as a small business, you first have to upload documents for you to be verified by the admin, which is the STP, so that we actually know that you're a legitimate business. So in the in the verification option there, you upload your required documents as well as list your products and services, what it is that you have to offer. And yes, and then after that, you will have to wait to be verified
for the admin as well. You can also submit your progress reports and yes, manage your profile, settings, notifications. But yeah, that's basically the application. We'll move on to the admin side of things.
Afternoon, everybody. Let me proceed with the admin side. There is this administration dashboard that is to be used by the STP IDZ. Now, let me start by trying to sign up. If I try to sign up on this, the access will be denied because this is only reserved for the administrators for security reasons. I'll return to the login page now. Then let me try and log in. Now it lands us straight to the statistics page. This is very important because you can then see how many users are registered. You can even track the demographics of the users on the mobile app side. There is also a button to track the users. If we click on users, we can click the users and see how many are active. We can delete the account depending on whatever action, depending on whatever, maybe, let's say for instance, they are no longer active or they are no longer doing whatever that is needed. And then there is this part where we verify, this button where we verify our SMEs. This is important, the verification of the SMEs. Let me just mention this. I'm one of the people who's been funded to develop a prototype by the IDZ. And one of the struggles that I've experienced is that when I'm trying to look for a service provider to collaborate with, it's a struggle to find an SMME to assist. So you then are scared of, let's say, looking for an SME maybe from other province because it might be that this is not a legitimate business. So if the IDZ could have a system in place to verify SMEs so that when you want an additional service, you can just look from those SMEs that are verified by the IDZ. We can also click on the roles. Here on the roles, you can see that there is what is the role of each and every registered user. The user can be admin, super admin. Super admin is the one that will, remember, I just said when I started that some of the users will, in fact, you won't be able to log in or sign up on this system without being invited by the super admin, because this platform is only reserved for administrators. All right, and then let me proceed and click on opportunities. The IDZ can also, administrators can also be able to update the opportunities, view the opportunities, post the opportunities on the app so that they appear on the mobile app side. And also, let me show it. Okay, if you can notice on view the opportunities, it shows the opportunities that are active so that you will know as the administrator, you can track those that are active and are appearing on the mobile app side. Okay, I'll go on to communications. The administrators can also send message alerts or communication alerts so that those who are using the mobile app, which is SMMEs and the fellow entrepreneurs, can also be able to get the message alerts. Now, this part is for retrieving reports. This button, if you click here, you can see that it shows statistics according to the demographics so that the reports can be retrieved according to whatever. Okay, if you All right. We also have this part that says projects. This is the part that, if you still remember, there was on the mobile app, there was that side that you, as the user of the mobile app, you will be able to talk virtually on the facilities or services that the IEZ has to offer. During the day of the hackathon, we managed to capture the facility, some of the facilities that the IEZ has to offer, the IEZ STP to be specific. So that has to offer. We managed to take the videography and broadcasting is. So you can actually choose where then the administrator can manage these facilities. That means if there are any updates, they can add or delete if they are, and delete if there are facilities that are no longer available. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Because also coming in once again. Thank you so much. At this stage, I would like to invite back our program director to take us to the next steps. Thank you so much to all the innovators. Once again, even those that were participating but did not win. Again, all of them online, even physically here. Once again, for the last time, please can you give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Leander. Let's give the hackathon challenge winners another round of applause. I'm sure you can agree with me if we're talking smart city, smart development as the Eastern Cape. We're there. We're ready. We're ready to develop the systems that we need to integrate ourselves, such that we are competing globally like other countries that are actually already in the space. I just want to make a note now as we're nearing the end of our program. I just want to make a note that this week, as I had said earlier, this week has been exciting. It has been exciting to see creativity, to see the passion, that has flowed through throughout the various programs that you. Okay. Yes, I think the battery was flat there, so we're trying another one. So as I was saying, this week has been quite exciting. It's been exciting to see the creativity that was that you could see. It was glaring as you walked up and down the STP, as the various groups were hacking, as the innovation challenge participants were engaging and pitching their ideas, but also as the IP workshop that was happening in this room actually yesterday, to also support you as the youth and entrepreneurs of the Eastern Cape. So I must say that as we come to the end, I'm sure we can agree that it has been a great week of learning. It has been a great week of engaging, networking, and creation of new things that we are hoping will change the future or the fate of the Eastern Cape. I just want to then note the fact that this is not the end. Today is not the end. We've got winners of our innovation challenge. We've got winners of our hackathon challenge. We've had various streams of activities that were happening in between. But I want to tell you that the 28th of November, is not the end, but the beginning. Because then we are wanting to ensure that the winners here, but also the other participants that have participated throughout the various programs, they come back to us as the STP. They come back to our network of stakeholders who can assist them to take their ideas forward. So today then, I think it marks for me the beginning of new ideas, hopefully new companies that will be incubated within our facilities, within the facilities that we have within our partner institutions, within other, anyway, really. So we hope that you know that now you have a responsibility, you have one. The responsibility is to take this forward, because a number of stakeholders have seen that what you have pitched or what you have set over the last either few months, if it's an innovation challenge, or the 48 hours, is something that is worth taking forward. It's something that could actually change, the advent of our province. So don't take this lightly. Let's work then together to move your ideas into commercialization. With those words, as I've said, we've had a very packed program. We didn't want to keep you long, because I know most of you haven't slept for almost 3 days now. Yes, so as we come then to the end of our program, I would just like to invite the Innovation Challenge, all the Innovation Challenge winners, just to come forward for a photograph. But before they come, I would like, or as they come in, I would like to, our CEO is amongst us. He has been recognized as he was part of us then handing over the Hackathon Challenge winners to the Hackathon Challenge winners. I would like to request him to come to the front for the picture. Mr. Tembela Zwen, please would you come to the front and join us for the picture, as well as Mrs. Ayanda Khamnwana, who's the COO. Please come forward as well. And then I would then like to request then the Innovation Challenge winners to please all come forward so that we can have a moment where we can take a photograph. You can bring your certificates, please. I know we've got Innovation Challenge winners that are joining us online. Perhaps you'll get your opportunity when you visit us in East London at the STP. So once again, these are our Innovation Challenge winners from the 5 thematic areas, with the exception of manufacturing. We did not get a winner in that particular thematic area, but it represented in front of us: ICT and electronics, automotive and advanced manufacturing. We have renewable energy, agro-processing and aquaculture. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the winners once again.
One more, sorry, one more.
Then the Innovation Challenge winners then can go and sit down. But while the CEO and COO wait for the next set, the last set, the Hackathon Challenge winners, can I request all of you to please come forward for the photo opportunity.
Do you want to play group? Otherwise, we do one.
Can we have everyone from the Innovation Challenge? Everyone. Hackathon, thank you. Everyone, all of us are going to take a picture together.
We can get on the side. Okay, and then 1, 2. Right. And one more. Sorry. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much and congratulations, Ruthie. Thank you so much once again. We look forward, as I've said, to walking the journey, going forward with you, innovators. Well done. We are now then coming to the end of our program, but we can't really end the program without a word of thanks and closing remarks. I'd like then to, at this point, welcome our Chief Operations Officer for the Islanden IDZ to come forward and do a vote of thanks and closing remarks. Ms. Ayanda Khamman.
Thank you very much, Julia. Good afternoon, everyone. Is Mr. Memela still in the room? Maybe before I do the closing remarks, I would just like to share a story with you. So a couple of years ago, I think it would have been around 2014, 2015, we had this dynamic young mind walk into our boardroom in our head office. His name was Tuma Memela, and he was applying at the Islanden IDZ for a bursary. He went on, he was awarded the bursary. I'm sure you saw that he's got excellent presentation skills. So he was awarded a bursary and he went to NMMU. And I remember at the end of that year, we asked him for his results. And we had to take a very tough decision because we had a cutoff of 60% pass mark average. And unfortunately, he did not meet that. And I remember the conversation with his mother because we needed to do the right thing and inform the parent. And his mother told us about a fire that was burning deep down his belly, which was no longer what he was studying. Imagine if we'd held on and given him that bursary to continue with that. We thought we were opening a door, and yet we were closing a door so that his future could open. Because in all of those trials, an innovator was born. And I was saying to him earlier on today that it is true that when you meet your passion, you are able to unlock potential that you never thought was possible. And I guess that's just the story that you inspire with me today. That some of you have, as he said, he's applied for 200 jobs. And those were never successful because there was a destiny that he had, and that destiny was unlocked. And I'm hoping that the partnership that Ludwe says has started today between yourselves and the Eastland and IDZ is not only going to unlock your destiny, but will also unlock the future that we see for the Eastland and IDZ. Currently, we talk about a vision 2030, but we've also got a vision 2050 that we have. And that vision 2050, if I can tell you, I always tell the team to close their eyes and imagine, but I won't tell you to close your eyes. Maybe you don't trust me. But in 2050, we are not going to have the Eastland and IDZ being an industrial development zone. This place will be an innovation city, East London's own innovation city. It will be thriving, and it will be a connected metropolis of clean industries, of creative entrepreneurs, and sustainable communities. And as I listen to you today, I realize that you are the seed that is being planted today for that future. Because when we talk about clean industries, your innovation about the renewable energy stockpile is exactly what is going to give power to those clean industries. When we talk about a connected city, some of these apps that we've seen today are exactly what will give birth to the future that we want to see. You today are an important part of the future ecosystem of the Eastland and IDZ that we are building, not just for today, but for tomorrow. Not just for investors and multinationals, but for our own children, for our own future generations. You are the ones that are going to help us create that legacy. As I look into this room today, what is in here is bigger than just winners of hackathons. It's bigger than just an innovation challenge. If you remember anything about this experience, remember that today is a signal. It's a declaration. It's a loud announcement that the future has authors. The authors of that future are you. You in this room today are rewriting the future of our city. I looked at you when I came in this morning, and I realized that you didn't come here to play it safe. You came here to break things open, to rewrite the rules. And the one thing that stands out about you today, about the men and women who have had sleepless nights, is the fact that today you represent courage. You represent hustle. You represent creativity. It runs in your bloodstream, and it is so important in changing the face of the Eastern Cape. So I just want to say to you today, you've proven that innovation is not about age, it's not about experience, it's not about money or titles. It's about energy, your energy. It's about bravery of saying, why not? This week, you guys said, watch me. And we watched you, and you won. You didn't only win against others. You won against the last version of yourself. Today, you walk out of here being version 4.0 or version 5.0 of who you walked into this challenge being. Congratulations. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the visionaries. Not only the visionaries of this event, Ludwe, but the visionaries that stand behind the Science and Technology Park, which was born in 2014 and has changed so many lives in the last 12 years. To the mentors, to the judges, to the people that have held your hand from that ideation stage to what you've got here today. to the unsung heroes of our STP, Ludwe, Ayanda, the whole team, I want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for backing the fire that burns inside these innovators' souls. Thank you for building a stage worthy of them to showcase their talent. Lastly, to you, everyone, not just the winners, all of you that are in this room today, don't let today be the end. Let it be your launch. Because when I meet you in town, when I meet you in Queenstown, Mr. Kuluban, I am going to ask you about your idea and how far you've gone. Let it be the launch of your spark. Let it be the launch of your beginning. Take your drone idea and make it accessible to the whole world. I want to see that aquaculture facility multiply not only in the Eastern Cape, but globally as well. And I want to see you one day, sir, saying from the Eastern Cape to the world, born at the East London IDZ and destined for the whole world. Take your ideas forward, build that prototype, start that business. But more importantly, there is value in partnerships. Collaborate. Keep going. The one thing I like about your generation, Mr. Mehmet, is that you are a generation that doesn't wait for permissions. You are a generation that cheers itself on. And you are the generation that we need to change our Eastern Cape. We look forward as the East London IDZ in 10 years' time to say this was born here. And it's alive and it's thriving. What we've put behind you is not just a prize to say that you've won. It's seed capital to say that you're going far. So congratulations. And we're hoping that next year we will see this event bigger and better. And to all our stakeholders that stand with us, that power us in changing the landscape of the Eastern Cape economy, I want to say to all of the stakeholders that have supported us here today, thank you and thank you. We as the East London IDZ, the youth of the Eastern Cape, is absolutely nothing without you. I want to see those electric vehicles powered by you, not in 20 years' time, tomorrow, one step at a time. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, COO. I think we've come to the end. I'm not here to say any more words, just to give a few announcements. I would like the first prize winners of each category to remain in the room. But colleagues, entrepreneurs, stakeholders, everyone who's here, you're welcome to lunch, which is, I believe it's already ready. If you could move across to that side. Yes, lunch is served, everyone, and thank you, and thank you.